I think looking just specifically at that fight is just super exciting for me. It doesn't matter what the weight division is, but just Faiz and Zulu as a matchup is awesome. And I think, when they were walking out there, when Faiz walked out there, I was like, geez, man, I'm excited for this matchup. So the fact that it's for a title is awesome. Zulu has been a great champion for us. The guy is as deserving as anyone for a title fight, and the same can be said for Faiz. He's worked his way up, and he deserves a shot. So I'm really amped for that one.
In a year that's been quite difficult for the EFC, do you think this is the kind of fight that says, look, we're still here and we're still the biggest in Africa?
I mean, from an Africa point of view, this year's been amazing for us in so many ways, from a television distribution point of view, from a growth of the sport point of view. And I think what's cool about this fight, look, it's two South Africans fighting for a title fight, which is great. I think we've seen a lot of Africans already fighting for titles in the EFC this year. But I think it's a really cool matchup. It's a good matchup for the new audience the new TV audience that we've got. We've got a whole bunch of new broadcasters that have come online. We've just signed a deal with Media General in Ghana, so they're going to be playing EFC for the first time this weekend, and to see for the first fights that they're going to get to watch something like a Zulu and Faiz matchup is awesome. It sets a good standard for what they can expect from EFC. Yeah, this year is literally our 10th year, and for the 9 years preceding this, we've been doing the same strategy, if I can call it that, from an African broadcast point of view, which has been doing exclusive deals with pay TV networks across Africa. And this year, for the first time in 2019, we changed that strategy, and we've been doing pay TV plus free-to-air across Africa. So Super Sport plus all the biggest free-to-air TV networks, which is going to literally take EFC from, it's going to put EFC in front of plus minus 200 million Africans will watch EFC in the next 12 months, which is vast. So we've changed our strategy from a broadcast point of view. In order to do that, it affects us financially because we're not getting the money that we used to get from a pay TV network. So we've reduced our income a lot, and we've actually increased our expenses in order to do this expansion, everything from broadcasting different languages now through to doing all these different TV deals. It's obviously takes a lot of resources to get that done. So it's difficult for us today from a cash flow point of view, but bigger picture, what we've done from the growth of the sport point of view, from the growth of the brand, from the growth for the athletes, is exponential. So what we believe we're building, what we are building, and what we're going to get to, the financial side will come. If you look at a business like Facebook or YouTube or Twitter or any of those, they lost a lot of money in order to build that audience, and once you get an audience, you can monetize it. So we've gone very much the same way. We're getting the audience, and then we can monetize it. It just takes a bit of time to tell the story, get the audience, meet with the brands, and say, look, this is what we actually have. This is what EFC can give you access to. You can get in your brand, you can get your messaging in front of 200 million Africans via EFC in the next 12 months, which is it's a really good opportunity for brands, and then but we got to do that, and obviously that takes a bit of time. So that's kind of where we are on this journey.
You mentioned Africa and the amount of reach EFC is going to have going forward into Africa. So I remember a time when EFC changed to like this massive international organisation now, bringing in UK-based fighters, European, USA. Is there a plan to focus on perhaps, instead of that approach, bringing in African talent, searching for African talent to come in more, and growing the African brand as a whole?
Most definitely. So our focus this year is, we definitely want to continue having top talent from outside of Africa. So we love the fact that we have brilliant athletes from around the world competing, and we love the fact that they're competing against the best that Africa has to offer, and that we believe it raises the game of where we are in Africa. If we just had African athletes competing against each other like we had 6-7 years ago, we believe what we're doing now by bringing in top international talent raises the level quicker and better. But we certainly, like you're saying, have a focus. We've just done a TV deal in Uganda, in Ghana, in Nigeria on free-to-air television. We want the top Ghanaian athletes to come to us and the top Nigerian athletes to be coming to us, and we're doing a deal with DRC now from free-to-air television. And we've obviously already got a lot of DRC athletes, but we're going to get a whole bunch more. So you look at how popular EFC is in those different countries previously. We haven't had a television partner. We haven't had television partners in those countries. So if you think where EFC is going to be in 6 months' time, where we've been on television every single week on the biggest channel in the DRC, how big is EFC and MMA going to be then in DRC? And how many athletes are we going to be getting coming through from there? So we're very excited and optimistic about the next couple of months ahead.
Fantastic. Through this new business structure, obviously we saw events get cut, we saw Cape Town, Durban get cut, and there was obviously a bit of outcry. But I think it's starting to become clearer now that you guys have a plan, and like everyone's starting to get back on board. Okay, look, we understand the difficulties, we love the sport, we want to be with you guys. I think a lot of questions people want to know, when roughly could we expect to see the return to Cape Town and Durban and so on?
Well, we've literally booked 2 events in Cape Town next year, so we've got the dates booked. Our intention is to do it. We obviously, at the same time, we can't be reckless, you know. So we've got to manage it where we can afford to do it. So if everything plays out like we think it's going to play out and how it is going, then we'll be returning to Cape Town in 2020. So that's the plan. Obviously, anything can change, anything can happen, but certainly if it goes how it's going, from everything, the broadcast strategy is working perfectly. Everything's going perfectly according to plan. So the plan is to be back in Cape Town in 2020.
And can we expect to see 10 events next year?
Yeah. So again, we've booked 10 shows. So that is the intention.
Fantastic. I think that's all, Cairo. That's brilliant. Thanks
Cool.
so much.
Awesome. Thank you.